Let's hope that somehow in between here and later
something will happen. It'll figure itself out.
It's a farm college student.
So what did you
Just do that.
I was one of those Woltz.
And enjoy it.
You're very welcome.
I think some of them still do it.
You know, honestly, when you work as an associate, like you're now it's like it's very good. It took us about to get there first.
And how long have you been in Kenya?
Let's see, so I've been at Harvard.
And I want to welcome you all to this breakfast for the Dean's Award recipients for the MBA class of 2013. This is the way we begin commencement. We begin commencement by honoring these remarkable people that we have the privilege of giving the Dean's Award to today. There are 4 of them today. Galen, Laserson, Lesniak, Prem, Ramaswami, and Woltz. As you know, that the mission of our business school is to educate leaders who make a difference in the world. And I remember this PhD thesis advisor of mine whom I once went to, and I said, I want to go into the real world. And he says, yes, you can go into the real world, but remember, this too is the real world. And we have to remind ourselves that Harvard Business School unto itself is a world. And you can make a difference in this world, even as we prepare you to go out and make a difference elsewhere. And what the Dean's Award is about individuals who, as a part of this exceptional community, have made an extraordinary difference to Harvard Business School while they're here. These are people who are selected by their peers, recommended by their faculty members. It's an extremely selective award. It's only given to people who have demonstrated this act of leadership, where they have made, in the minds of their peers and their faculty members, an extraordinary difference here on our campus. These are people who have made Harvard Business School a better place. So we give it to those rarest of individuals through a selection process that my good friend Nitin had the opportunity to run this year. Many, many nominations are carefully reviewed. And in the end, what Clayton is tasked with doing, along with Gabe, who helps him with the process, is to select a handful of people who everybody could say, these are the best representatives of what we expect of our business school students. These are the examples of people who have made an amazing difference even while they were here on campus, and their legacy will have had a profound impact on Harvard Business School, and we will remember them always for having made Harvard Business School a better place. So I want to congratulate all of the families and friends who have joined us today. You have remarkable students whom you have given us, children, brothers, sisters, whatever your relationship is with them. We are so lucky that you gave us this gift, because through them, Harvard Business School has become a much, much better place. So we will now serve you breakfast. After you have finished eating breakfast, at the end of the morning, I will say a few words about each of the honorees and tell you about why they were so deserving of this award. But in the meantime, at each table you have some of my wonderful colleagues, each of whom has been involved in the education of your loved ones. Get to know them, celebrate. Let's begin commencement with the Dean's Award breakfast. Thank you.
You have a daughter? Yes. Oh, is that right? Okay. And where does she live?
She lives near Wilmington, Delaware.
Oh, okay. And what does she do?
She is a director research in a startup company, biomedical. She did biomedical engineering. She did a PhD in biomedical engineering from University of Pittsburgh. She did her undergraduate at Yale.
You guys did very well.
Thank you.
I have to say, that's wonderful. And is she your only one, or do you have a You have a younger son as well. Okay. Is he in school still?
No, he's working in New York City.
Oh, okay. And what's his love, or what is he?
He went to School of Business and he was to mission.
Ah.
And now he's at FTI Consulting.
Really? Wow, all of you. You all did something right. Really. So what
I think you guys have done a very good job. He was very ambivalent about coming here and doing an MBA. He was not too, he wasn't sure about that. But I think he feels like it was worth it because what he's saying is learned a lot. Oh, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed breakfast, and let me now say a word about each of the winners of the Dean's Award. And before I do that, though, I should introduce two people in the MBA program who make the MBA program what it is. Young Mimu, my colleague, who's the Dean of the MBA program, and Ravi Abdullah, who's sitting on the other end of the table, who's the head of the required curriculum, the first year of the MBA program. And a person who none of us should forget, Jana Kerstead, who's the executive director of the MBA program. Actually, these are the people who are most responsible for the MBA program that we have at the school. And they were vitally involved in recommending and making sure that the people whom we honor today are people whom the MBA program thinks are worthy of this honor as well. So let me say a word about each of our honorees. And in some cases I'm going to talk about them in pairs because what they have done is to work together. And we encourage that, even though people think of our business school as being a purely competitive place. There is a sense in which we do remind people that great leaders often have to work with other people to get things done. So first I want to talk about Galen Laserson and Matt Lesniak. So imagine what it takes to create a culture of leadership and values in a place like our business school, which is some combination of a small town and the United Nations. A place where half of the residents are new every year, where they come together in small teams, in sections of 90, in classes of 900, as a community of 1,800, and where they arrive from a diversity of backgrounds and experiences that makes the mind boggle. Defining, taking ownership of, and strengthening the Harvard Business School student culture is the challenge that every leadership and values rep faces. L&V reps, you'll discover in those of you who aren't familiar with Harvard Business School, family members, these acronyms, you better ask your kids what all of these acronyms mean. They're everywhere in this place. L&V reps watch over every interaction in their section, looking for moments when the social fabric can be enhanced or might begin to tear, and looking for opportunities to bring forward thoughtful conversations about leadership and values-based decision-making. Galen and Matt are the kinds of people who see difficult tasks as compelling and important opportunities. They enthusiastically served in their L&V roles. In their RC sections, they were known for their ability to listen and to offer wise counsel at just the right moments. They also served on perhaps one of the most difficult institutions that we have, conduct review boards, where they thoughtfully balance the rights, responsibilities, and interests of their fellow students with the values of the school more broadly. Last summer, building on their experiences, Galen and Matt worked tirelessly to help Clayton and a small working group enhance the CRB process in time for the launch of the new school year. They did this on top of having heavy internship workloads, and despite being separated by the Atlantic Ocean and many time zones, it really is remarkable how much they put into this process at a time selflessly, when they had many, many other obligations on their time. During their EC year, Matt and Galen redefined what it means to lead the L&V committee. Whether taking RC reps' calls late into the night or offering carefully crafted training sessions and documents over what I understand were some wonderful meals, Galen and Matt were always there to help the sections get off to a great start. Personally, I've gotten to know them both over the last 2 years. I've seen firsthand the thoughtfulness they brought to bear in making some of the most difficult decisions I've had to make as dean. Galen and Matt, you set the standard for what student leaders can do to shape this community's culture. We are in your debt. So now a little citation. Galen, selfless and genuine, with the courage of your convictions, your honesty gives strength to many. Matt, with your dedication and commitment, integrity and patience, you light a path for others to follow. Individually and together, you pursued transparency and fairness, respected by your peers, admired by the administration. You embody our values and inspire us all. Congratulations on this well-deserved recognition. Then we'll get. Don't go away, we're going to get Matt here.
Thank you very much.
We're in real trouble. Okay, now come join me. Since the two of you are a team, come join me. Both of you. There we go. Thank you. Who is the head of our elective curriculum, really wanted to be here today. He had a family situation that prevented him from being here, but he's truly sad to not be here because of so much that you have done for him. So imagine what it's like to teach, co-teach an EC course. We usually don't let students co-teach anything at Harvard. It's not an easy task. You have to design a curriculum, work out teaching plans for a given day, line up guest speakers, advise students, and then deal with the inevitable issues that arise as you move through the course. It's a challenging role in the best of situations, and it's even more complicated when you're creating and teaching a course for the first time. Now think about what all of this might mean if you're an MBA student teaching your peers, who are basically giving you 1 out of their coveted 10 slots in the EC. You're hoping that what you will do will move the needle for your classmates who have quite literally put their career hopes in your hands. Fortunately for the students who took Project Management 101, Prem brought his knowledge and passion into the classroom, and he delivered something truly extraordinary. In fact, the course was so effective that 6 of the 14 students who enrolled have secured product management positions after graduation. Many dozens more have benefited from his advice on the technology industry and how to become a product manager. And the course itself, which is the best sign of success, is slated to become an ongoing part of the curriculum next year. Beyond that, Prem has many other interests. Political participation and business ethics are areas of passions for him. And he reached out to fellow classmates to create forums where students could test their ideas, expand their horizons, and commit to acting in ways that make a positive difference in the world. Prem, for being a champion on so many fronts, we salute you. Little citation. Coach to career switchers, mentor to many more, and teacher of extraordinary talent. Your skill and passion in the classroom has made the MBA experience richer for many of your classmates and many more to come. We're grateful you moved to the other side of the desk for your many contributions to the community. Congratulations. Parker Woltz. I'm pretty sure that when Parker decided to apply to Harvard Business School, she had no idea that her time on campus would coincide with the 50-year anniversary of women being admitted into the 2-year MBA program at Harvard Business School. In 1963 was the year when women were first admitted as regular students into our MBA program. From our perspective, though, the timing of your entry could not have been more perfect. As co-president of the Women's Students Association, Parker has had a broad and ambitious elevation. An ambitious vision to elevate the conversation around life and career, not just among women, but across genders. A very wise reasoning: the issues affecting women in business should matter to everyone, including us men. Parker and the WSA team worked on many levels to make the W50 part of the student experience. She brought an impressive array of distinguished speakers to campus, kicking off the celebration with a champagne toast in the early fall. Winter brought the Dynamic Women in Business Conference, which was probably the most well-attended conference that we had this year, as well as an alumni portrait project, which was a remarkable photographic essay on the question, why do you do what you do? And this captured some amazing women and alumni around the world answering this question in very poignant ways. But this was not all. As spring came, we had International Women's Days when the W50 t-shirts were handed out and worn by a remarkable array of students, faculty, and staff as they discussed a case on the history of women at Harvard Business School. Just last week, I was struck that as students were returning for commencement, many were sporting their W50 shirts as they were walking around Harvard Yard. The WSA, under Parker's leadership, also made a symbolic but very tangible and meaningful investment in the future of women at Harvard Business School by endowing a fellowship, the first of its kind, to help future women attend Harvard Business School. Parker, for your contributions to the WSA, the success of the W50, and the strength of our community, we sing your praises. So, brief citation. With passion and care, you created this space for candor and engaged us all in a very important discussion. From the symbolic to the substantive, the W50 was a spectacular celebration. We would never have reached the summit without you. Thank you and congratulations. Again, I think as you hear from the examples of these four wonderful students, the Dean's Award really is a special award given to the most inspiring students that we have on our campus. It's not an academic award, but it's an award that truly does stand for what we most hope out of the people that we educate at this school. People who treat every community that they're part of as a place that they can make better, and rather than waiting for someone else to make it better, they exercise the leadership to make it better themselves. We hope that this Dean's Award is just the beginning of what you will all do in the rest of your life. We look forward to the ways in which you will make the world a better place, and we will celebrate you, not just today, but forever and ever. Thank you for being a part of it.